Yo, 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 good morning. Grateful for another maggot-free day above the dirt, Jersey Shore. Check it out. So I've been trying to keep the videos in a linear fashion and kind of segue from topic to topic in an order that makes sense in understanding the teachings and also how to apply them. I've strayed now and then, and this is a video that is going to stray a bit. So I'm going to talk about a Zen Koan, and the reason this has kind of come up is I just finished my daily run, and the run something became a catalyst. So that triggered me thinking about this koan, which I haven't thought about in a very long time. So a koan is a riddle. It's really an unanswerable question in the sense of we can't intellectualize an answer. The real way to answer it is to show the Zen master you through demonstrating action and experience, and show that we're not separate from the experience and we're not thinking about it, and there's no intellectualizing about it. It's just a spontaneous reaction. So this has become a modern koan, so I'll talk about the modern way it was presented to me. And a lot of these koans are really stories. You know, it's a public telling of a story or a recounting of a story that happened. So the Zen master says to the student, there's some people walking on the street and they throw all their garbage on the ground. Show me how you would pick up the garbage. And the story tells of, in the ancient story, how the monk that answered it stood up from his cushion, pointed in the direction of imaginary people, and screamed, "Pick up the garbage!" And when you answer a koan wrong, the Zen master picks up a little bell, rings it, and you know you got to get the fuck out because you're wrong. Sometimes he rings it when you're right without a word and leaves you to ponder if you're right or wrong. So anyway, so that answer's wrong. The correct answer is the student jumps up off his cushion, runs across the room, bends down and picks up some imaginary garbage, and goes back and sits on the cushion. And what happens is, intellectually, to yell at someone to pick up their garbage means we're in anger and we're in blame and we're stuck in our ego. How could that person do that? How dare they do that? You know, I'm going to right this wrong by making them right the wrong. I get into justifiable anger. I become the person that has to make sure everything's going right and controlling everybody, right? So we can all identify with this. We get very upset when people do things that are harmful or just ignorant or indifferent. And we expect everyone to view life and live their lives the way we do, or the way we want them to. So the catalyst for this is I was jogging, and the boardwalk is now closed here, and so I'm running, and you can't park in the spots right next to the boardwalk. It's coned off so people can run and walk there and create more opportunity for farther social distancing, because the boardwalk just didn't accommodate enough room to do it, even if you wanted to do it. So as I'm running this morning, a few people pulled into the no parking and blocked the way, one almost hitting me, actually. And then other times, people, I was running against the board, right at the edge of the boardwalk on the street, where there's nowhere for me to go, and people were running or walking the other way in the same area, where common sense would dictate, okay, the guy, meaning me, running, can't move over anywhere. So instead of him running all the way out into the middle of the street around us to social distance, we'll just move over a couple feet. Well, you'd think that'd be easy and common sense, but it wasn't happening. And I found myself getting pissed off. And that's what brought this koan up. Because it's like yelling at someone to pick up the garbage. I wanted to yell at them, move the fuck over. What are you doing? I can't move. I can't go anywhere. It's up to you to move out of the way. So this is, of course, what's going on in my mind. And, I engage it and, use critical thinking to analyze it and assess it. And I realized, and the koan actually came up. And I said, Jeff, what are you doing, man? You know what? It's up to you to social distance. It's up to you to make happen, what you want to happen, not them. Can't blame them, can't judge them, can't force them to do anything, but I have total control over what I choose to do, right? Be the change that you want to see. So I spent the morning constantly, believe it or not still, having to run like way out of my way into where the road, into the middle of the road, to avoid people that would, had I not moved, would have stayed close to me. So we see this not only now, but in our lives every moment of every day. Nobody's living their lives conforming to how we want them to live, and we can't make them. So we got to adjust ourselves, our attitude, our perspective, and our behavior in response to it. The other side of that is, don't make it personal. When people aren't living the life we want them to live in regards to their relationship with us, it certainly doesn't mean that they're doing it on purpose to offend us or upset us or lash out at us. They're just doing their thing, just like we're doing our thing, right? And that's important too with what's going on now, because we never know how this experience of the virus and quarantine and all the alone time is going to affect people. So maybe people are not so accessible. Maybe they're suffering or struggling and they're not reaching out to us. And in response, we might say, I'm not going to reach out to them. They haven't reached out to us. Look, we need to do what we need to do, what's best for ourselves without harming anyone. And, if I want communication with people, I got to reach out. I can't sit there and say, why aren't they reaching out to me? I can't say, pick up the garbage. I have to pick up the garbage if I want it picked up. So that's how you pick up the garbage. I hope it was helpful. And we'll get back to, the Buddhist teachings and, or that linear path I've been on with all the other Buddhist teachings in the next video. All right, have a grateful, maggot-free day above the dirt. Peace out.